Hello summoners, welcome back to another damage comparison video, and this one is going to be between Sorcerer Supreme and Sasquatch. Now even before starting, I want to straight away say that Sorcerer Supreme is definitely the better character of the two. She has a lot going on for her. She has slow, she has armor breaks, regeneration on the block, and we recently saw in the damage comparison between her and Clairvoyant that in longer fights her damage output is actually pretty impressive for a character with that kind of utility. Now Sasquatch on the other hand doesn't have that much going on for him, but he is immune to frostbite and he has 90% resistance to cold snap. So if you are running willpower, then he should be healing from cold snap, and he's also immune to armor break debuffs. Now another thing I want to mention, there are situations where that could be really useful because we don't have that many cold snap immune characters to deal with annoying Icemans, and I do think that if I remember correctly, there was Iceman in variant 5 where Sasquatch and Mephisto were basically the only good options for that fight, and on top of that he's also XL character, so he could be used for something like variant 2. Another thing I want to mention about Sasquatch is that when he enters his Wrath phase, then he gains a lot of other utility as well. For example, he's stun immune, he gains some block penetration, he gains more power when you're hitting the opponent, his special attacks cost less power, and if the opponent is at 3 bars of power and you use a special attack, then it also drains their power a little bit, kind of similar to how Corvus's SP2 works. But as you can see, right now we are in the Wrath phase, we are gaining more power, we use SP2 already at a SP1. That is not like a class boost or anything, that is just his ability. And at that time, if you were to be stunned by something like encroaching stun or something, then also obviously he is stun immune, kind of similar to Nick's second phase, so he would bypass that. So they are nice ability to have, but at the same time you are not going to have all the time, so it's not very reliable. You don't have a lot of control over the Wrath phase. It's not like you're going to hold the block for a few seconds and it will pop up. So it's something that I want you to note, but at the same time it's not really going to affect fights that much, I don't think. And I recently pulled him as a 6-star, pretty happy about that. So do let me know if you want to see some rank 3 gameplay, because another thing I want to mention is that a lot of his damage does come from the special 2, and Labyrinth of Legends actually has damage cap. So each hit can't do more than 50,000, and you saw there we hit the damage cap. So the third hit actually doesn't do that much damage, but the first 2 hit, if they crit, we would be probably doing more than 50k. Depending on how much ruptures we have at that time. So some of these special attacks could have done more damage if we didn't have the damage cap there, but it didn't happen that much, to be honest. I expected you can refresh the ruptures using your SP1, but again, because we have the damage cap, so it didn't really make that much sense. Also, because of Mystic Dispersion, I did push myself to SP3 2 times more than I would have liked, but it is a pretty cool animation, so I guess no harm done. But as you can see, he is a fair bit ahead at this point from Sorcerer Supreme. He also has a ton of health and is a pretty good defender. So overall, he is also a really solid character. Both of them were obviously released in 2020, and Mr. Class overall is looking pretty decent right now with these characters towards the top. We also got Longshot last year, and I am interested to see how Longshot does in a buff heavy matchup, because I think the damage output would be pretty good, and the same could be said for Symbiote Supreme. So as of now, I do think Tigra is probably the highest DPS Mystic character. If you haven't seen my Tigra vs Dr. Doom damage comparison, so then definitely check it out. But I would say at the moment, from the characters that I have tested in stuff like Labyrinth, in longer fights, I would say the damage rankings goes like this: number 1 Tigra, number 2 Dr. Doom, number 3 Sasquatch, number 4 Sorcerer Supreme, and then probably Longshot and Symbiote Supreme. Although the damage, again, it would vary a lot in a buff heavy fight versus a fight where you would not be able to get buffs, and especially for Symbiote Supreme in case of bleed immune matchups. and then probably clairvoyant. And clairvoyant, like with suicide mastery, so damage output is actually pretty decent. She has pretty high base attack in the game, but as you can see, like Sorcerer Supreme definitely cashed up. Like she is actually ahead, and that's kind of crazy. Like how much damage she has compared with all the utility that she has. She is definitely the complete package. Basically, the only thing she is lacking is immunities. And other than that, like she is basically the one of the most versatile characters in the game. She's also a pretty cool defender, to be honest. Not as good as Sasquatch. Sasquatch, I think, is definitely the better defender of the two. He's pretty annoying, especially he was annoying with stubborn, although nowadays a lot of people have rank 3 6-star torches, and torch, he just melts all these mystic characters. But that is pretty much going to do it for this one. As you are going to see, Sasquatch will end up taking the win here. Got some pretty nice crits there on the special attack, and I will probably try to get some huge number out of a rank 3 Sasquatch. Somewhere where there is no damage cap, and I'm going to probably Realm of Legends Wolverine, and that would be kind of cool. Both of these characters, they do rely on using the special attacks for the damage and the utility, so not very suicide friendly. They're not immune to bleed, poison either, and again, because you are using so many special attacks, recoil will end up killing you in a fight this long. But a big thing is that look at Sorcerer Supreme's health. It's always 100%. The full yellow bar is just so impressive, and you can just do this for days. Like even in longer, like we're 6.5 minutes in. The fact that you can just regenerate on block is so big. It's great to have in these endgame scenarios where the block damage, it won't probably kill you, but at the same time it definitely adds up throughout the quest, and you either have to use potions or you just die and have to revive. But Sasquatch did end up taking the win. 6 minutes and 54 seconds is not too bad for like Mystic class in general is not really known for the damage output. I'm sure there are a lot of characters who can probably do this quicker, but six and like almost 7 minutes, less than 7 minutes for a Labyrinth of Legends fight, not too bad. Sorcerer Supreme will also be finishing it off, 7 minutes 24 seconds. Again, really solid for the utility she brings. But that is going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, subscribe to the channel for more content, like this video, share with your alliance, and stay safe. Bye bye, have a good one.